and over. And it does contribute to having a fast practice with maximum reps. Our warm-up period for the offensive lineman is pretty standard. We run them through some high knees, some backward runs, some side shuffles. The side shuffle, we're starting to emphasizing getting all the cleats in the ground. The bear crawl is what we really like. They do it individually, and then they do it as a partners. The kids are starting by themselves in the bear crawls. It's not the bear crawls, notice their feet. See how they're trying to plant all 14 cleats in the ground? That's what we're emphasizing, is the cleats in the ground. There's a really good shot of it. And then they should be going as partners here, and you just give them some light resistance on their shoulders so they're having to dig the cleats in the ground. That's the purpose of the bear crawl warm-up. So we would do this before we go out into our boards and doing other things in the fun house. And then we go into our get-offs, which we're going to see a video of that in a second, and they do their steps, they do these steps in their get-offs. And we have on blocks, we have down blocks, we have an escape to backward technique that they do on our trapping game, and then we have our pulls. In the wing tee, everybody's pulling, so we got to have some technique on that. Well, here we're going to work on that first step and doing it and getting out of a stance. And the key to the get-offs is the first step out, the helmet and back have not lifted at all. The second step, the helmet and back might have lifted just a little bit, and they're going to start rising up on the third step, and that's what we want to coach up. Okay, you are now looking at the manual. These pictures are in both the O-line manual and the playbook manual that's available at the website. So I just want to explain this real quick and how we space our kids out. So you see the gapping thing. We have two things called an off alignment. And an off alignment is where the helmet is back with the center's butt, and then we have an on alignment. If it's a real short yardage thing and we really want to get up to the man and drive him up, we have an on alignment where all the helmets are lined up. Why they're lined up like this, so they're getting a feeling, this is how they're lined up, and I'm going through their stances and teach them stance. We're going to go through our first steps. We call it bird dog. So I say the step, and they take their first step. So it might be straight ahead. It might be a 45-degree angle. It might be a pull step. And then they freeze and make them hold that flat back and the flat helmet. And then after you get those steps through, then we go through the get-offs. So while we're lined up, that footwork and the get-offs, these are the steps that we're going through. The on-step, the re-step, our gap step, our pull step, and our escape to backer step. And we go through this. It's our part of our warm-up. Again, this is all written in the manual, but just getting that first step in the footwork. In varsity level, once we are into summer in August, we're not doing this anymore. And now let's go out to the field and take a look at this. Okay, these are our get-off drills that we use for the varsity. It's a spring install drill. It's a great drill to get kids out of their stance and understand their footwork, because the first step is very important in the wing tee system. It's also something we really like at the youth, freshman, JV levels, all spring, summer, and even in August, because obviously the younger the levels, the kids don't understand how to get in a stance and fire out of the stance. Some of the coaching points on this is to make sure they have a flat back and their helmet stays low. We don't want their helmet rising up to the third step. I'm going to use our center, John Ramirez, as an example for this. So right foot freeze, John. Okay, see how his helmet rose up? That's what we don't want. What we want is, as his foot comes up, go back in your stance. As his foot comes up, all of this needs to go forward with the footwork. Step. That's what this drill is trying to emphasize. And then on his second step, keep coming, John. He should stay flat. And then on the third step, he can rise up. And as he comes out of his stance, then he can rise up and go on down. That's what this drill is really trying to coach. Go ahead, John, get in your stance. One of the ways we can emphasize this, we can do this in the fun house if you've got a rope, but you know it's easy because of time? We just have the next kid in line stand out and put his hand out right here, and then just gives John a coaching point, so when he fires out, if he knows he hits the hands, he's got to get better. So this is an easy thing, especially at the youth and JV freshman level. You don't have shoots and fun houses and all this fancy equipment. Just have the next kid stand out in line and hold his hand out. Thanks, Edgar. All right, to go through it real quick, we talked about heel replacing toe. So when John takes a step, we just tell him his heel needs to land right here. Heel replaces toe. That's how the kid in his mind knows what a 6-inch power step is. Show it again, John. 6-inch power step right there. You've got the straight ahead for unblocking. You've got your fire steps for reaching. You got your pull steps, and you got your escape to backer. And we just go through them spring and summer and get a review. In review of those steps, there's a whole progression here. So we've got straight ahead right, heel replaces toe, flat backs to keep your helmet low. Then we've got straight ahead left, okay? And that's for our on blocking. That's to review the first steps of an on block when I just got to block the man in front of me. Then I've got my down blocks. So I've got angle right. Again, heel replaces toe. Angle right, this is getting ready for my gap down backer drills. And angle left, boom, heel replaces toe, gap down backer. Then when I go get a linebacker, I've got my escape. So it's a lateral step left, dip and grab the cloth or the grass or whatever you want to think. And as I come through with this foot, I pick up the towel and rip up through the backer. So that's escape left, escape right, lateral, grab the towel, come through, rip up, get the backer. Then we got pull right, again, gain ground. Don't let, especially younger kids, don't let them do this. That's wasted motion. They haven't gone anywhere. So pull right, gain ground, throw the elbow, get down the line. And then pull left, again, we're gonna gain ground with our left foot, right here, throw the elbow and go. So they're straight ahead right, straight ahead left, angle right, angle left, escape right, escape left, pull right, pull left. And we're gonna fly through these. Here we go. Ready, fellas? Remember, fellas, flat back, keep your helmet low. So first one, straight ahead with the right foot. Straight ahead, right foot. Set, hit. Good, go. Same thing, straight ahead, right foot. Set, go. Straight ahead, left foot. Set, go. Set, go. Coaches, another thing I recommend, especially youth level, when you first teach this drill, bird dog it. Have every kid jump up and do one step freeze. We call it bird dog. Kids know one step and then freeze. And then I can really coach up that 6-inch power step, flat back in the helmet. And then I can let them do the drill faster. I'm happy. All right, fellas, here we go. One step freeze, right foot, angle right, set, hit. And here, coaches, now I'd go through and look at their helmets and their flat back and their 6-inch power steps. Back in stance. Same thing if I want to bird dog it for angle left, set, hit, freeze, nice. And then we'd bird dog pull right. Here we go. Bird dog pull right, set, hit. And again, coaches, we're going through and we'd be really looking, I really want to look for that right foot and make sure they gain ground. These all look really good, okay? A good coaching point, coaches, is to do that bird dog freeze when you're first teaching drill. Maybe your first 2 practices, do your bird dog freeze. But because of time, you can't do this every single time. Eventually, you just have to go through the drill. When our kids know this drill, the whole drill we can fly through this drill in about 2 to 3 minutes. Angle right, full speed. Angle right, full speed. Set, hit. You see the guy nearest the camera, coaches, he did it, his steps were wrong. He did more of a pull right. Here we go. Angle right. Step right at the camera. 45, right at the camera, toe at the camera, full speed. Set, hit. Go, 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 go. Hurry up. Angle left. Angle left. Set, hit. Hurry up. Angle left. Angle left. Set, hit. Good. All right, you guys back in line? Now we go to escape backer. This is escape right. They're going to grab the imaginary towel, grab grass with their left hand. This is our escape step to backer. Really dip that left shoulder. Escape right. Set, hit. Set, hit. Escape left. Set, hit. Pulling's a big deal, whether you're playing tackle or guard. And we have our centers do this too, because sometimes the center gets moved to right tackle after injuries and stuff. I have a coach standing there, make sure they're sprinting to me. As they get by me, they do the dip, and I tell them, hey, go downfield. You're getting like a corner linebacker, because when they're pulling, that's what they're going to do. If it's a short pull, we have a saying, pull right, hit right. So this could be pull right, hit right for short traps like tackle trap and guard trap. Or if it's a long pull, like we're trying to get them out on the perimeter, then like on our flying rocket, then they're trying to get downfield. And of course, if it's an option play, they're wrong shoulder, so it's pull right, hit left. All right, fellas, here we go. Pull right. Make sure you step towards me with the right foot, throw the elbow, get by me. When you get by me, sprint upfield. Pull right. Set, hit. Come on, come on, come on, get by me, get by me. Turn upfield, dip your low shoulder. Nice. Set, hit. The guy nearest the camera, he didn't really throw that elbow. You got to really throw the elbow. What would happen is they would go to the next line. They'd be over there to make a return trip. So as a coach, all I got to do is walk straight. And if I go there, then they're going to pull left. And now we don't have to switch it. There's no reason that the coach has to walk over there for the pull left. So if you follow me here, see, now I just come over here, and then we do a return trip. Move up. The whole drill should only be 10 yards. So those kids just went 10 yards. Now they're in line. The whole team's went over here. They got all line waiting. Now on the return trip, I do pull lefts. Pull left. Set. Hit. Come on, come on, come on. Dip, 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 right shoulder. set, hit. Dip the right shoulder, dip the right shoulder. Good. A lot of you coaches that bought the earlier videos were asking about the fun house. So I wanted to film this for the fun house. This is a pretty expensive piece of equipment. I really believe in it. I think to really run this offense properly, you need the sled that's on the video and this fun house. However, I understand that you might be at a school with a low budget. I've been at schools where I've built this with Schedule 40, 1-inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe, and I just make a big frame, and I just put 4x6 pieces of plywood along the top. The kids get the idea. I've even just built chutes with 1-inch Schedule 40 pipe if you can't afford this, because this piece of thing behind me is probably $2,000, $3,000 in the Rogers. There's even a more expensive one that's on chains, and you could adjust the height. At Porterville, we had the biggest one that money could buy. I think it was $3,500. We'll do our get-off drills, we'll do our G drills, we'll do our down blocks in here. All those drills, the run and hit and runs, we'll do all through here just to get the kids low. Right now, I'm just gonna simulate them doing the get-off, so you'll see how it forces them to stay low on their first 3 steps. But I understand we would be doing a lot of drills in this. So here we go. This is just a get-off, just so you can see how effective this piece of machinery is. Here we go. Straight ahead, right foot. You'll notice the center is always snapping the ball. The other center backs up before he catches the ball. Right foot straight ahead. Set, hit. Okay, you'll notice our center goes through really slow. He went through duck walking. We want them going full speed like they would on Friday nights. Set, hit. Boom. I just wanted to show that real quick what a fun house was, because a lot of you coaches were emailing me and asking me what it is. Okay, so the Homer's Dairy, I just was showing you how they set up. So we're going to start with our shoulder skills. At the beginning of the year, we're going to have the big bags. We like the heavy bags, the 50 to 70 pound bags. You can't use the little half line agility bags. They're going to buckle in half every time the kid hits it. So let's go through our shoulder skills. And first thing we're going to do is a hand placement. I'm going to show you a quick video of how we get our kids doing our hand placements versus the old flipper method. We've kind of gone away from that and like it a lot better. Then we do strike a blow using our hands. Then we have our step and hits. So they start putting their footwork all together because it's a little bit awkward. It's not a natural progression. And then we've got hit the bag and drive the bag for 5 yards, and then the vice versa, where they're going to run 5 yards and hit the bag. So there's a whole progression. I'm going to go through this step by step here in a minute, and we're going to take you out to the field to see it. But I just wanted to give you an overview. This is our shoulder skills. When we break out the hand shields, we repeat all this. When we're on the sled, we repeat some of it. We don't do our hand placement on the sled, and we don't do strike a blow. So when we go to the sled, the sled starts here, and with hand shields, we do all of it. Okay, now let's go out to the field, and we're going to use one of our players to show you the new way that we're teaching our hand placement. Coaches, a real big change we've made. Tim Murphy and I have collaborated, and we kind of relied off of Conquer de la Salle with changing our hand placement. Obviously, old school wing T is throw the flipper and stay all down here, not worry about holding. And we've had a lot of success changing it. So now we come down, we're going to take this hand, palm of the hand or fist, and jam this rib cage, and take this hand and jam in the breastplate. And then what we're going to do, so our shoulder's still here, so it's here, but now on that 4th step, I'm going to lift and push his shoulder pads up into his chin, and that's how I get the elevation and the finish like that. Obviously, the coaching point is not to make sure they go here and holding or come back here like this behind the back for holding. They've got to stand tight with the elbows, and so we're going to take our shoulder and our hands here, and then lift. Some of these drills might go for a day or two, and then as a coach you decide when you want to go to the next drill. Like I said, I'm going to be showing you all of the drills that go sequentially in order. They match the PowerPoint you just saw, and so we're going to start right now. We start with our what we call surface, and we use the bags for this. We're a shoulder team. We use our arms and our shoulder to get maximum surface area on the defensive lineman. So the boys use a surface to do this. We like using these bags here because of this star, and we always tell the kids get your fist in the star, which forces them to go low. It gives them a good aiming point to get low. So right now this is called 6-point surface area, and it's really just so they can get their shoulder and their forearm and get real comfortable with the fit, because this is not a natural position. So here we go, fellas. Ready, hit, freeze. We always have the boys freeze because right now they're getting used to squeezing the bag. He should be squeezing it with his head, and he's squeezing the bag with this shoulder, and he's squeezing it like this and get a maximum area. Also, we have them freeze like that, none of their knees are on the ground, so that it forces them to roll their hip and get their power into the block. Okay, guys, recoil. I'm going to show you this one more time. Obviously, we would spend several minutes on this in practice, maybe several days. Set. Hit, roll the hips. Good, back. Okay, when the boys are good and we feel like they've got this down, then we go into a rapid fire. They hit the bag in 3 rapid fire successive movements, and they freeze on that 3rd hit. And of course, we would also be doing right and left shoulder. For teaching purposes today, we're only doing right shoulder. Here we go, right shoulder, rapid fire. Ready, hit, ready, hit, ready, freeze. Good, recoil. Again, we would do this over and over and over. This would be a warm-up drill for our linemen, probably for the first 2 or 3 weeks of our August practice. And this is what we do all summer and all spring. As we get into the season, those drills disappear. Okay, fellas, up in the 2-point stance. From here, now we get them up in their stance. And we don't have them in a 3-point stance yet because right now we're worried about the footwork. We're worried about the footwork. What we really preach is right here, and it's basically a 6-inch step, but what's easy for the kids, good, is heel replaces toe. Going back. If you can see, I'm going to put my hand where his toe is, and we always just say heel replaces the toe. Go ahead. And then his heel replaces the toe. That way we pretty much are confident that they get a 6-inch step. Okay, this one we do our 6-inch power step, and we're working on that 6-inch foot that I just showed you on the video. And then I always like to position myself so that I'm really emphasizing flat back, and I'm looking for any head rising. In a perfect world, everybody should be nice and flat, and we should be able to just draw a straight line through here. This would be another good drill to do in shoots or in the fun house. Here we go. 6-inch power step, left foot, right flipper. Set, hit. Okay, recoil. We got the one kid here, the 3rd one in the line is getting a little high. Brandon, you get a little high. You're getting a little high. The head does move. Set, hit. Nice. Again, it's just 2-point, guys. Elbows on the knees. Set, hit. Good. Again, it's set, hit. Good. One more time. Set, hit. Good, good. All right, from there, now we're ready to take the 6-inch step, and we take the next step and freeze. So they're going to take the 6-inch power step, bring their power foot forward, but they're going to freeze right before they hit the bag and get in that position ready to hit the bag. Again, their back and their head should have never moved. Everything's moving forward in a flat line. So fellas, what we're going to do is we're going to come through with a 6-inch, and then the next step, right, and you're going to bring that flipper forward, but everything's flat, okay? Hey, if it's left foot, it should be right flipper. Ricardo, you had it backwards. Okay? Well, you're going to come forward the 2nd step. So do your 6-inch step, and the right flipper's back, and now you come forward the flipper, now bring that power foot forward. Yeah, and then we're going to freeze right there. Got it? Okay, this is 2-step and freeze. We're going left foot, right flipper. Set, hit, and freeze. Good, again. And as a coach, what I'm looking for right here, I just want to make sure that their back is staying flat and that their helmet's not rising. Set, hit. Good. Okay, guys, now let's go all the way through it. Now we'll let them go all the way through, and they're going to fire through, and they're going to get their fists in the air. They're going to roll their hips, and you're going to freeze in the prone position. Right? So now you're going to freeze in the prone position. We want the flat back and get a nice tight fit on the bag. So you really got to emphasize that the bag holder holds the bag tight and not let the bag go loose. Here we go. Left foot, right flipper. Set, hit, freeze and hold it. Good, good. Again, again. Your knee should not be touching the ground. Here we go again. Left foot, right flipper. Set, hit. Nice. Get back up. Nice job, fellas. Nice job. Okay, from there, now we just go to our down blocks. We're going to do a left shoulder down block. So all the boys will take one step to the left to their gap. No, the bags don't move. The bags don't move. And now they go through, and the other thing we emphasize is we are telling them ear hold a pecker. Ear hold a pecker, because we want their helmet across the front of the defensive lineman. We always assume that in the game. Now in the PowerPoint I explained that if the defense is reading our pulling lineman, then we can adjust our helmet angles. But for the beginning, we always emphasize this. And so it's a left shoulder block, and they're doing a down block and coming in across the bag. So we'll start with the 6-inch power step and freeze, and they're going to get that 6-inch stout power step and kind of angle their foot a little bit at the bag. What we emphasize here is we're going to get the 6-inch step, and we have our player step laterally. Go ahead, and that's the 6-inch step, and then he's going to go in and power step that. We got that from Fresno State with Coach Pat Hill, who's a real successful NFL offensive line coach, and we like that. I've seen it taught the other way, where you step and point your toe at the bag, and the reason we've changed that is the defensive lineman was beating us to the gap, and then we had a bad angle. So we liked that, and it kept our shoulders and hips and feet square to the bag. If I have to push something real heavy, I want to be squared. I don't want to be kind of twisted and twisting my hips, and I lose some power there. So we're going to do 6-inch power step and freeze. This is a left shoulder, right foot, left shoulder. Set, hit. And again, now we're going, coach goes through, and we're looking for a good power step. We're looking for a flat back that you normally would stay frozen until I give the command. Come back. One more time. Freeze, right foot, left shoulder, bird dog. Set, hit. Nice. Okay, now we'll go through and hit the bag. Bag holders, you need to twist the bag a little bit. You need to twist the bag a little bit. And again, we're emphasizing fist to the star of the R. Fist to the star of the R. Okay, now they're going to go through and hit the bag and still stay in their prone position, roll their hips and freeze. Set. Hit. Nice, recoil. Hey guys, like we were before, you're totally stiff in the bag. Here we go. Right foot, left flipper. Set. Hit. Nice, recoil. Magical, hold the bag right. So the bag shouldn't twist. Set. Hit. Nice, nice. Okay, let's go right shoulder, let it down block, go the other gap. For the camera, I'm going to give you both angles. That way you can see both angles. So now the bags have to tilt. The bags have to tilt. And now it's going to be a left foot. And we would go left foot freeze. I'm going to go and skip that right now for time purposes, but they would go left foot freeze. I check all their steps, check their flat back. But they're going to go left foot now and come through with the right shoulder. And their right ear hole is across the front of the defense lineman, okay? Right ear hole to pecker. Here we go. Left foot, right shoulder. Set. Hit. Nice, nice. Recoil. Last one. Left foot, right shoulder. Set. Hit. Nice, nice. Okay, then we progress from that drill to our hit and run drill. So they're going to hit the bag, drive it for 5 yards. If we're blocking with our right shoulder, we're going to turn the bag to the right, which puts our butt to the hole, to the running back. And then of course we would do it the other way also. We're not going to do it in the video. We would hit with the left shoulder, drive it 5 yards, and turn it left. We're only going to do the right shoulder right now. Okay, guys. Right shoulder, hit and turn. Set. Hit. Nice, nice. Let's hustle back. Once you turn it, you don't got to keep running. Just turn it and get 2 steps and stop. Okay, on the PowerPoint, I had the Homer's Dairy drawn up with the 5-yard squares. This is early in the summer for us, so our grounds guys haven't painted the field. And plus, I've got the players a little closer together for the video purposes. We wouldn't be this close together in practice. We'd be just like I drew it up in the PowerPoint. They'd be in 5x5 squares on the Homer's Dairy and be driving along those lines just like it's explained in the lecture. Here we go. Hit and run, right shoulder. Set. Hit. Good, good. The end of our back progressions are pull drills. Obviously, we're a wing T team, so we do a lot of pulling with our offensive linemen. So we go through this drill. We just call pull right, hit right, then we go pull left, hit left. The bag holder's got to be pretty strong because we're really going to explode in the bar. Even though we're pulling, We're still emphasizing the fist and the star of the R. And right as we get close to the bag, they got to learn to dip and rip. I mean, we really want to sink our hips like we're power cleaning and really rip through. As long as they're thinking fist to the star of the R, they're going to get low. They're going to be in a good technique. For the drill, we're just going to do pull right, hit right, but we would also progress to pull left, hit left. All right, fellas, here we go. Pull right, hit right. Set. Hit. Good. Hustle back, hustle back, hustle back. Bags, you got to hold the bag, man. Hold the bag hard. Guys, we need the fist and the star of the R. Fist and the star of the R. A couple of you were too high. Fist and the star of the R. Set. Hit. Too high, Lindley. Too high, Lindley. Last time. As you can see in the video, we got a couple of kids that are still too high. They're not getting their fist and the star of the R. It's because they don't have flexible hips. Their hip flexors are tight, and they're not able to get low. Set. Hit. Dip, dip, dip. Nice, nice. All right, so now the kids have a good idea of how to hit. Here's our sled progression. Here's a quick summary of it. So we go through the first step, the second step, and the third step on the sled progression. It's very important. The first step is the 6-inch power step. The second step is where you're generating your power. And the third step, we want it in a perfect world in the crotch of the defender, because the third step is what you're going to use to lift. So this is the 6-inch power step. This is where you're going to deliver your power, and the second step hits the ground at the same time you make contact with the bag or the opponent. The third step is where you lift, and remember, we call it beef. Okay, blast off, execute, elevate happens on that third step. Elevate happens on that third step. On the sled, they can't step to the right or left like on a Homer's Dairy, so the kids have to actually just kind of cock their body and be at a slight angle. And then we do our pulls and troughs. We'll back them up, and they sprint and hit the bag. We don't really drive the sled. Don't make it a condition drill. 3 or 4 steps, and then let them back off. We do not want to make this a condition drill. We want to really focus on technique. We're going to be on this sled for 5 or 10 minutes, and if they're gassed, those last 8, 9, 10 minutes, they're going to practice bad technique because they're tired. So let me go to a further explanation of this, and we're going to take you out to the field, and you're going to see a video of our kids going through the sled. We really like these incline sleds. We want a maximum angle. They even sell them with a sharper angle. This is the lowest angle our sled will give. You can get a 45-degree angle, that's better. We basically go through the same progression, went through the bags. We're going to do a 6-inch power step. We're going to do the second step, the second longer step, and then we're going to freeze. Then we're going to fit the kids up under the bag and just have them squat and lift the bag. And then we put all 3 steps together. There's no way they can drive this sled unless they get low and get under it. And there is a star in the R, so they're still doing the fist and the star of the R. So if you have these kind of bags, this is a really good sled. I understand some of you youth coaches probably don't have a sled like this. That's okay. Just do everything we just did on the bags, and you'll be good to go. This is more of an advanced technique if you have one of these sleds. So we're going to go through the progression right now. Here we go, guys. 6-inch power step, 6-inch power step. Left foot, right flipper. Left foot, right flipper. 6-inch power step. Set. Hit. Freeze. Again, we're checking for flat back and helmet. Do it again. Left foot, right flipper. Set. Hit. Nice. Good. Now recoil. Now we're going to flop it around, guys. Now we're going to go right foot, left foot deep under the bag and freeze. And you can go and put your flipper in the bag, but you're going to freeze. We're not going to lift the bag. We're not going to lift the bag. So this is right foot, left foot under the bag, freeze on the bag. Right foot, left flipper. Set. Hit. And this is where they get their fit, and they're figuring out now that the lower they get and the farther they can get that foot under their man. If this was a game, they would get that foot that's under the bag right now, they would get that foot in the crotch of the defender. If they can be right under the crotch of the defender, they're going to lift the defender. Here we go, fellas. Let's do that one more time. Set. Hit. Nice, nice. Okay, the last progression now, we're going to go and lift the sled. We're going to switch back to the right flipper. Okay, now we go through our whole 3 steps, and we're going to lift the sled. Remember, emphasize fist in the star of the R. So it's left foot, right flipper. They've got to get that right foot all the way under the sled so they can lift it. Left foot, right flipper, lift the sled. Set, hit. Nice. It's very important that you don't use the sled for conditioning purposes. We do on Monday nights only, but when you're doing the old line stuff, the 3 steps is enough, and they lift the sled, and that's it. We'll hit it a couple times in succession, but this is a very tiring job to do. If you want maximum effort in your 2-hour practice, then don't have them drive the sled 100 yards before they go to team. So now they're going to hit it one more time, and then I'm going to have you see them hit it one more time, and then normally our coach would probably go through where every kid's going to get maybe 3 hits per shoulder. Here we go, fellas. We're going to go left foot, right flipper, lift the sled. Set. Hit. Good. Set. Set. Get set. Set. Hit. Lift, lift, lift. One more time. One more time. It's a good angle right there. One more time. Left foot, right flipper. Set. Hit. Good, good. Okay, they've got a really good idea of hitting big, large bags and big, large sleds. Now we're going to repeat it on the hand shield, and we're going to go out to the field here in a minute, and you're going to hear my explanation of why we use the hand shield. But basically, we just repeat everything. But now we're going to do some things like with the reach block that you really can't do the reach block on the sled. So with the shield, it's much more realistic. But we'll do our downs, our traps, and logs, our hit and runs, everything we did with the bag, we're going to do with the shields. And I'm going to take you out to the field right now and show you how this looks on the shields with the shields. Okay, coaches, we did our get-offs. We did our whole shoulder progression, getting the kids just used to how to hit with a flipper and how to get a shoulder progression and how not to hold with their arms. Then we progress on to our shoulder skills, but against a moving target. Now you'll notice the kids are holding hand shields. At some point in the season, pretty early on, we get rid of the big blocking bags and get the hand shields, because with the hand shields, it's a much more realistic look of how I'm going to block in the game. In a game, Deshaun won't be holding this bag. Deshaun won't be holding the bag. In the game, I want to get my shoulder pad right here and get my helmet right here. And I want to violently take this fist and give him a shot in the ribs. And I want to take the other hand and give him a violent shot in the chest. And my goal is to push the shoulder pads up into the chin and lift him. In the game, this is how I'm going to block. This is the surface. I want my chest on his thigh. So as he comes out in a good block and I'm driving him, this is my fit on Friday night. Okay, it's hard to simulate that fit with those big bags. And because we don't get players hurt during the season, we'll do hand shields, and it pretty much simulates exactly what we want. So reason we go to hand shields as soon as possible during the season is because it simulates what we're asking a kid to do on Friday night. Our progression, it's going off those get-off steps. So the first one is what we call hit and run. So this kid's going to hit with his left shoulder, which means a 6-inch power step with the right foot, and the left leg, left arm, left shoulder comes through violently. He wants to really stay in that progression. He's going to go 5 yards, and we hit left, turn left, because obviously he's putting his helmet to the hole. So he's in his mind, I'm teaching the kids, you want to get this kid away from the hole. So Brian's going to go through full speed. This is hit left. Now understand, the whole team would be doing this. Hit left, turn left. Set, hit, and turn down the line. Good. The next one is hit right, turn right, set, hit. He goes, turns him at the 90, boom. Now I want to show you how the whole team will look. We really want to preach teamwork and precision, so you're going to see all the kids go hit left, turn left together, and they get the 5-yard line. They should all turn it together. Obviously, our varsity team looks a lot better. This is a mixture of freshman, JV, and varsity, so I don't know how this is going to look. Here we go. The whole team, fellas. Hit left, turn left. First step is a 6-inch power step with the right foot. First step is right foot. Hit with the left shoulder and turn your man to the left at the 5-yard line. Here we go. Hit left, turn left. Set. Hit. And turn. Nice job. Hustle back. Now coaches, we would go through that progression. It's a hit and run drill. So it's hit left, hit right, turn right. Now we go to our pool drills, okay? Now they're gonna drop their shields. Now when we do this drills, our kids know to bring a bag and a shield to every marker. And I showed that on the PowerPoint, how we do the Homer's Dairy. Okay, they've got a really good idea of hitting big, large bags and big, large sleds. Now we're going to repeat it on the hand shield, and we're going to go out to the field here in a minute, and you're going to hear my explanation of why we use the hand shield. But basically, we just repeat everything. But now we're going to do some things like with the reach block that you really can't do the reach block on the sled. So with the shield, it's much more realistic. But we'll do our downs, our traps, and logs, our hit and runs, everything we did with the bag, we're going to do with the shields. And I'm going to take you out to the field right now and show you how this looks on the shields with the shields. Okay, coaches, we did our get-offs. We did our whole shoulder progression, getting the kids just used to how to hit with a flipper and how to get a shoulder progression and how not to hold with their arms. Then we progress on to our shoulder skills, but against a moving target. Now you'll notice the kids are holding hand shields. At some point in the season, pretty early on, we get rid of the big blocking bags and get the hand shields, because with the hand shields, it's a much more realistic look of how I'm going to block in the game. In a game, Deshaun won't be holding this bag. Deshaun won't be holding the bag. In the game, I want to get my shoulder pad right here and get my helmet right here. I want to violently take this fist and give him a shot in the ribs. And I want to take the other hand and give him a violent shot in the chest. And my goal is to push the shoulder pads up into the chin and lift him. In the game, this is how I'm going to block. This is the surface. I want my chest on his thigh. So as he comes out in a good block and I'm driving him, this is my fit on Friday night. Okay, it's hard to simulate that fit with those big bags. And because we don't get players hurt during the season, we'll do hand shields, and it pretty much simulates exactly what we want. So the reason we go to hand shields as soon as possible during the season is because it simulates what we're asking a kid to do on Friday night. Our progression, it's going off those get-off steps. So the first one is what we call hit and run. So this kid's going to hit with his left shoulder, which means a 6-inch power step with the right foot, and the left leg, left arm, left shoulder comes through violently. He wants to really stay in that progression. He's going to go 5 yards. And we hit left, turn left, because obviously he's putting his helmet to the hole. So he's in his mind, I'm teaching the kids, you want to get this kid away from the hole. So Brian's going to go through full speed. This is hit left. Now understand, the whole team would be doing this. Hit left, turn left. Set, hit, and turn down the line. Good. The next one is hit right, turn right, set, hit. He goes, turns him at the 90, boom. Now I want to show you how the whole team will look. We really want to preach teamwork and precision, so you're going to see all the kids go hit left, turn left together, and they get the 5-yard line. They should all turn it together. Obviously, our varsity team looks a lot better. This is a mixture of freshman, JV, and varsity, so I don't know how this is going to look. Here we go. The whole team, fellas. Hit left, turn left. First step is a 6-inch power step with the right foot. First step is right foot. Hit with the left shoulder and turn your man to the left at the 5-yard line. Here we go. Hit left, turn left. Set. Hit, and turn. Nice job, hustle back. Now coaches, we would go through that progression. It's a hit and run drill. So it's hit left, hit right, turn right. Now we go to our pool drills, okay? Now they're gonna drop their shields. Now when we do this drills, our kids know to bring a bag and a shield to every marker. And I showed that on the PowerPoint, how we do the Homer's Dairy.
arms back. I don't want to see them cocky. All right, the next one we'll do where I kind of get them changing direction. I don't want to see these men stay in a position a long time. I want to see these guys change directions. I want to be able to see them get off one side and get to another side quick without staying on that one leg long. I want to see them changing direction. You'll see some linebacker coaches do this drill, but I like to do this drill because I want my guys to be able to change directions. I believe that's important, and they always got to finish through. All right, and again, left hand stands. I think that's important. They want to be versatile. All right, another drill we do, you can use this in the weight room. You can use this on the drill that you do just kind of to get the guys loosened up. But, you know, offensive line play, you got to have a great punch. All right, and we want to emphasize a great punch. Now, I'll start this drill off with a nice stagger. I'll have a stagger first, just feet still. Then I'll graduate into short, choppy steps with a stagger. I want to see those guys really stroking it. I really want to see them punching, really delivering the blow, because that's what this thing is all about. You want to be physical at the point. All right, a leverage drill that we do here is a big time drill. You know, it's all about the same type deal. All right, we're working, trying to get lower. Short, choppy steps, wide base, working on regaining leverage. The defensive linemen, just as well as us, they're trying to get inside hands. They're trying to be lower. The same thing we're trying to do. So it's a little drill that we do to get warmed up. We want to emphasize on getting low, replacing those hands, getting back inside, and regaining leverage. Big time drill for us. We do this, again, everyday drills. Drills that we try to do every day. All right, you can do these drills in the weight room. You can do these drills on your practice field. You can do these drills at home. These are drills you can do every day. But again, hands back inside, pad level low, replacing your hands, short choppy steps. Notice again, these men have short choppy steps. It's been programmed in their minds to have short choppy steps with wide bases. It's programmed in them. I mean, it's like now when I get my freshmen coming in, they have to learn to do.